Right, everyone. I'm Collector here. Alright, just doing the normal chats, you know what I mean? So yeah, just wait for some people to get on. Everything should be done. I'm just going to test my microphone to be prepared. Yeah. It's just sometimes when I set these up, it goes to the wrong microphone. And you can't really tell because it comes up 4 different ones and 3 of them are the same thing. Mr. Live Era, you right, mate? Cheers for giving me a message on Twitter comment on the old Twitter thing last night. Yeah, don't seem like I've been on Twitter for 7 years. Although saying that, I think I've only really used Twitter for the past 3 or 4 years. So I reckon I've had it that long. Well, obviously I have. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, don't reckon I really did anything with it for the first couple of years. I don't know. I'm sure I haven't had it for 7 years, but I obviously have. Macari Wilson, you're right. Rich, you're right. Zed, you're right. I got your email, Zed, so I never replied. But yeah, you know, wow, there wasn't much to reply to, was there? But yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, hopefully we have a nice calm evening tonight. I did do a new Nightbot thing. I did a Nightbot warning. Let me see if I can find it. So yeah, here's a new one for you. Right, I'm going to put this on, but this isn't a warning now. This is just so other people can see it. You right, Stug? You right, Nettle? How you doing, mate? Are you in and out all night, are you? Well, I was off last week, Stug. I was having a week off of Twitch because there was a lot of things I had to do in the evening. But not tonight. It was all the weekdays. Tonight I should get away with not having to do what I've been doing all week. Right, here's a new warning thing people can put on if the chat gets a bit too weird. Let's see if Nightbot works. So a Nightbot thing should come up in a second. Just another one you can add. Saves me having to fucking go on about it. But yeah, I hope everyone's had a good in and out the stream. Nice one. I did think at first. I thought in and out all night. Yeah. Sam, you right, mate? Abdul, you right? He said, please show your favourite knife. You know what? That depends. It can depend massively on the. Oh, I don't know. Possibly my favourite knife at the minute might be this one. But at the same time, quite happy with this one. I don't know if I've got a favourite knife at the minute, if that makes sense. Because there's loads I really like. But there are a couple that I would, go into a burning ass to get. And others I'd think, nah, I ain't too bothered. You know what I mean? Mr. Live Era said, you got any plans for Halloween this year? Just watched your walk through the forest. It was a good one. Cheers, mate. Hang on. I've got a bit of acid reflux, keep making me cough all the time. We're definitely going to have people send in their stories, and I'm going to read them out, and I might do like a dedicated sort of funny horror thing. SAK94, you're right, Stu. Good to see you on, mate. Dusk Dawn said, what's your favourite antique air gun? I don't know. I don't really know. I couldn't tell you, in all honesty. Sam Tate said, no anti-UK comments. Well, no anti-anything. It's just a thing for people not to be dicks, really. You know what I mean? But there was a lot of sort of weird anti-UK, anti-English shit coming up. And to save me having to keep going on and on and on and on and on about it all the fucking time, I thought I'd just put that on. It starts to piss me off after a while. And I've done a scabbard for the sword now. So I didn't do the leather, because the problem is the leather was going to cost me at least 20 quid. You could do a full one of these and probably another sheath for 20 quid, but it's a lot. And it might not have been that good, in all honesty. So I made one out of wood. And it's got a leather. Yeah, I didn't do a video on it. I just went in the shed and done it. Yeah, remember that one if you want, Zed. It's not essential, but I just thought it was, you know. Zach attacks, you right, mate? Richard said, I like look at that scabbard on the weed slasher sword. It's nice, isn't it, Rich? Okay, I was very happy with that. It's a nice shape to it, isn't it? Yeah, there's something about that shape. It just, I don't know. I like the shape of that, and it's made me tempted now to do a mini Master Sword from Zelda. It won't be exactly the same, obviously, but I am very tempted to do a mini, Master Sword. So, wait and see. Merrup Zit, you right, mate? Yes, nice sides, yeah. If I had that shave, they'd be even more prominent. Glad you liked them. Stug said, how's the addiction to Zelda? I completed it earlier, and then because I didn't get the proper ending, but 2 hours later, I did all the stuff that you're supposed to do, and then I went and done it again about half an hour ago to get the full ending. Yeah, I'm probably still going to play it for a bit to get, just to do the other stuff I haven't done, but I really enjoyed it, actually. Zed said that scabbard looked really good. It suits us all. I agree with you. It does. It suits it, don't it? Yeah, I know what you mean. Because some things when you make them, you're not sure how they're going to come out, but that does, don't it? I think that does really suit that. Oh, I'm more phlegmy as well because I've eaten. If I eat cheese, it makes my fucking throat really phlegmy. Because I've just eaten and I've got some weird. I've had this strange cough. It's not corona or anything because everyone in my house would have it by now if it was. I've had this strange cough. It's been going on for about 3 months. It's either a dust allergy or I've got some kind of acid reflux, and it's not enough to be 100% tell. Abdul said, next knife, make a folding knife. You know what? I am very, very, very tempted to make a folding knife. I do want to. I'm tempted to make a giant folding knife, though. Like, take a machete blade, turn that into a great big fucking folding knife. Stu said that scabbard looks nice, mate. Thank you, Stu. Ronald said, finally back. Only on for some minutes. Just wanted to say hi to you. You're right, mate. Hope you're good. Sorry I took so long to answer your thing there. Sam Tate said, yeah, need me. He said, I do. I haven't had a shave since, not last weekend, the week before. I don't shave very often. I only shave if I have to go out. SOS Power. You right, Sam? He said, I went to look at a house today. I think I'm going to be very poor soon. Fuck's sake. Well, good luck with that. I hope you get what you're looking for and a nice garden. I'm assuming you'd like a garden, maybe a workshop or something. Yeah, I hope that goes well, Sam, anyway. Richard said, I've had to redesign the water cooling on the Ford. The 20-litre tank got too hot and melted the water pump I was using. That's a shame, Rich. Keep going, mate. You'll get it eventually. Yeah, keep going. Ronald said, make one like the big Oppenheimer sword fight. That's it. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, I do want to make a giant folder. I've had that. I'll be honest with you. I've had a giant folder sort of on my brain for years. It's like quite a lot of these things. I have plans for stuff for ages and I never get around to doing them. Stug said, got myself a proper good bayonet. What did you get, Stug? Was it the one you was mentioning? Jamie, you right, mate? Zach Attack, I love the scabbard and the sheath. Looks pretty cool. Thank you, mate. Yeah, I reckon the leather one would have been all right. But yeah, I reckon this. Do you know how much that cost me, in all honesty? Probably about 2 quid. Because this would. Now, and I'll tell you what, it sounds odd, but quite a few of my weapons I've made sporting goods, all that kind of, not weapons, you know what I mean, though. They have sort of double sentimentality to them, in the fact that, one, I've made them, and two, half of this wood is from my house. So I've made loads of nice weather handles from my front door. This wood was the fake sort of faux beams in my front room. So yeah, so it's sort of got a bit of double sort of sentimentality to it. Yeah, I've got loads of my stuff. So yeah, it's all bloody stuff from my house. Yeah, it's good. Tactical Pirate, you right, mate? Good to see you on. He said, evening, everybody. After a pistol crossbow, if you're after a pistol crossbow, Preppers Shoppers got some for 20 quid. Oh, you've just reminded me of something. I'm going to do a little bit of advertising tonight. Not for myself, though. Well, I will. I'll always do my own advertising. £12.50. Proper mounts. Fit straight on the crossbow. Get the bolts with it. But there's something else I'm going to advertise in a minute. Zack Attack said, I've read that, didn't I? And that. Gas Goblin, you right, mate? You ain't missed nothing really, mate. Nothing really. Only been on for 10 minutes. Stu said, got a small boat yesterday. I'm going to test it out tomorrow. I hope it doesn't sink because I can't swim. Ah, fuck. So yeah, wear a bloody oh, fuck's sake, Stu. Wear a bloody life jacket at least. Or make sure you ain't in really deep water. Well, good luck with that. Richard just got a kayak recently that he needs to do a bit of work on. Zed said, hurt my leg last week and the damn thing got infected. The antibiotics have pretty much sorted it now, thank heavens. Oh, good, Zed. Yeah, because it's infections. You know, you don't want to mess around with that, do you? Really? Well, I'm glad your leg's all right, Zed. T2, you right, mate? Oh, you got one last night, did you, Tactical? I did manage to finally get the bolo machete I wanted. I don't know if I showed you like that. I've had these before, but this is going to get modded. I showed you, ain't I? That's going to get modded into something. I'm not sure yet. I've had plans and now I've changed my mind. Reaper Dream said, purge with this dude if it happens. There you go. I've got my little sword ready. Needs a bit of a clean. There's a little bit of glue got on it from gluing this up. But I'm going to give it a clean and then give it a bit more of a sharpen. It's sharp enough anyway, but I want it even sharper. And I'll do some proper bottle cutting and thrusting and shit like that. Ronald said, was on my way to baseball practice yesterday with a bat in my bag. And all. I've got a fine for your little 6-meter blade folding knife. Also, they didn't say nothing about the baseball bat, but yeah, the little bloody 6-centimeter blade knife got blast. Terrible, isn't it, Ronald? Stug said, I thought it was a Bulgarian bayonet, but it's Polish. It's sadly blunt as fuck, which is just to be expected, seeing as it's from 1958. Well, you can always sharpen it if you want to, and it. I do say some of them, if they're rare, probably best to leave it alone. If it's one of those ones where there's bloody millions of them, why not? Richard said, Mike, have you seen the 80s, 90s anime movies? I can't remember the name. Based on the Greek gods, the main character, the son of Neptune Trident, had a short sword, like the one you made. No, I've never seen them, Rich, I don't think. You have to try and see if you can work out what it is. He's got one like that. I'll tell you what, Rich, you genuinely found a really brilliant thing with those, and I'm so happy with that because I can't wait to make more of these. I have ordered another one already. It is a bloody perfect for a sort of no forge little short sword. Yeah, really good find there. It's just what we've been looking for, or I've been looking for anyway. Heroin with ease, you right, mate? Richard said, Mike, you tried the gun blue on a cut off of the weed. No, I haven't actually. I'll have to try that. I'll try that, Rich. I'll find that out and I'll give it a go. Because that would be interesting, because these would probably look nice blued. Next time I take the paint off, I'm going to use acetone, because then it will, because that fucked that up. It didn't fuck it up. What I did, I didn't show this on the video, but I took a sander to that and I did get it a lot better than it was. But yeah, blued would look lovely, I think. But yeah, I'm very, very tempted to make a little mini master sword. I've even been designing it. Very, very tempted. You'll probably see it. It won't be exactly the same, but I think most people would know what it was when they see it. Dad said, not that bad though. We've got Henny edition of the CRKT pillar. I've seen that. I went on there today. Zed, funny enough, I saw that. Yeah, the UK League one. I'm well pleased. It's lovely little knife. Cheered me up now. No, I'm glad, Zed. I'm glad. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that. Bloody nice knife. Stu said to Rich, I like Ninja Scroll. I have seen Ninja Scroll. I have seen that. I may have that on DVD saying that. Gas Goblin said it's the anniversary of 9/11. Yeah. Rest in peace, all the people who died in that. You know what I mean? Terrible fucking thing. Because, you know, in my opinion, that changed the world, not just America. That changed the world, really. So I said that'd be really cool. Outdoor sports, you right, mate? Good to see you on. How are you? Richard Edson, not seen that one. Where's my anime shit? I'm pretty sure I have seen, and I have seen Ninja Scroll. I'm sure I have. Half my stuff's all over the bloody place now. Up there, I've got Vampire Hunter D, Yorotsuka Doji, Akira, Ghost in the Shell. But I'm sure I've got. Oh no, the other ones are downloaded. Jumble Sailboo, you're right, Riggs. I got your email. Yeah, I liked your £10 weapon build a lot. Was you doing a video for that? I can't remember when you sent that. I may have been hungover still or something, or I was preoccupied at the time when I read it. And I wasn't sure whether you were saying you was doing a video or not. Because you're totally welcome if you do. You know that. Outdoor Sports says, not bad. Been a while, eh? How's everyone doing? Well, I'm good. I had a night out last weekend. That's why I wasn't on. Went down the woods and had a drink. Got so pissed I can't remember walking home. And then I had a 3-day hangover. But yeah, it was a good night though. Brian, you're right, mate. Abdul said, go Fortune Fire Show. If you win that, you get $10,000 prize. Good idea. Yeah, I'll have to get in on the Fortune. Zed said, well, 9/11 certainly changed Afghans and Iraq. Funny thing is, though, most of the buggers that did it came from Saudi Arabia. I know, it's insane, really, isn't it, Zed? Video base, right, Peach? I know you're in a travel lodge, are you going to do your stuff tomorrow? That'd be good. Reaper Dreams said the good old words. Yeah, exactly, mate, exactly. Yeah, it's a good night. Riggs said that's the plan. Just wanted to make sure I could still make them before doing the video. Oh, nice one, Riggs. Yeah. All right. Yeah. You've got all the time you want, mate. When you're ready, let me know. Yeah, they look good though. I did like that. And it's a good idea. They said I always thought that was weird. Sarah Jadine, you right, mate? Richard said, Mike, you've seen Tales of Earthsea. The magic sword in that could be built from a weed slasher. Now that I have seen, definitely, Rich, but I can't remember what the swords look like, so I'm gonna have to look that up. Oh, nice. Yeah, that could. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. It's ever so slightly similar handle to a bollock dagger, isn't it? Nice one, Rich. Yeah, there's a lot, isn't there, that you could probably do with these sort of smaller little Video base said, oh, done it today. Staying the night. Fun day for you. Oh, nice one, Peach. Well, I hope you did have a good time. Had fun, but learnt some stuff that you wanted to learn. That's excellent. Gas Goblin said Angry Pepper was a firefighter. I did not know that. I know the Steve Buscemi stuff, which I always found really interesting. Steve Buscemi used to be a New York firefighter, didn't he? And then he was retired at the time, obviously because he was acting. But he went down there and helped them, didn't he? Svenzia, you right? How are you? Alex Saint said, you're right, mate. Just had a doctor come round. Bloody ingrown toenail. Ah, fuck that. Yeah, that can be extremely painful. It sounds, I don't know what the word would be. Sometimes an ingrown toenail can sound trivial, but they can be fucking really, really painful and get infected and stuff, can't they? Where am I? Sarah Jadine said, I got a joke. What is the I'm going to leave that because I don't know what that is. Video Base said, we'll share a picture of the sea axe. You'll need to oven temper it. Include handle. Oh, so you've done the blade and you just need to finish it off. Yeah, I'll get you. Outdoor Sports said, the magic sword from Medieval would be an amazing project. Speaking of games, films. Right, I'll look that one up as well. Right, images. That's what is it a blue one? Like, yeah. Yeah, that'd be quite difficult to do. But yeah, that is nice, isn't it? Jumbo Sabo is in the process of making another weapon board for the bedroom wall. Pliers all cut out, got self-adhesive felt back in, cut and stain the frame. Sten will look good on there. That's all right, Sarah Jadine. I just wasn't sure because I didn't get it. I thought I'm gonna have to be careful here in case that's something, I didn't want to read it out in case you know what I mean? In case it was offensive and I just didn't get it. I've got too many nice knives now to not put on display. And I tell you what, that hanging up in the bloody middle, I think would look lovely. If I make enough swords, I might be able to make my own Game of Thrones throne, put it over there somewhere. I always wanted to do that with the knuckle dusters, but that was fucking fucked over, wasn't it? That sounds very good, Riggs. I'd like to see them because I've seen your others. Yeah, I've got to do the same. I definitely want to do more displays. I'm probably gonna have to put it there where you never see it, but you'll know it's there. Dear love, you right, mate? James and I rescued 4 bayonets from Skip last week. Oh, what a bloody good... Yeah, that's amazing finds. Yeah, good on you, mate. Good on you. Dad said, why not try making Sting? Looks around nervously. Yeah, you give it to Nell for Christmas. Just be the right size. It would. Sting from, like Lord of the Rings, yeah. Is that it? Joseph, right, mate? From Belfast. Nice one. Yeah, I hope things are all right over there, mate. T2 said, left my job and went freelance self-employed this week. Don't know if I made a good or bad decision. Time will tell, but it's a big learning curve. Anyone got any advice for a newbie self-employed? Well, hopefully some people might be able to help you out there, mate. I can't help you really. Yeah, good luck with that, and I hope it goes well. Londinium Armory, you right, mate? Good to see you on. Yeah, I'm glad you've been enjoying them because, yeah. Well, I know you make stuff like this as well, don't you? So you can appreciate it. I was really happy with that scabbard. I've got to clean the blade up a little bit. Just managed to get a little bit of glue on it where it's still wet. I had to test it. Didn't want it getting stuck in there, you know what I mean? Outdoor Sports said, yeah, very heavy as well. Wooden replica. Yeah, well, yeah, wooden replica would be good. Yeah, it's a blue sort of goes up like that, don't it? If that makes sense. Yeah, very interesting. I've never seen that before. Alex Saint said, yeah, he cut my nail and tried to pull it out. Fuck's sake, not without putting a syringe in to numb it. I'm too much of a girl. No, they can be extremely painful. And Liam said that sword scabbard was fucking nice. Well, thank you. No, because I when a fellow builder says something like that, it means a lot to me, and I appreciate that. Because yeah, I know when people make these, because you make blades as well, don't you? So yeah, when I know a fellow builder says they like something, that means a lot to me. And I know you can appreciate the work that goes into these things. Donald Sabu said, Just ain't got the spare wall space, mate. The missus wasn't very happy. That's right. Yeah, filling up the bedroom with all this now. Yeah, I definitely want to do another. I'm gonna have to do a knife board here because I've got too many nice knives I've made recently that deserve to go up on something. But yeah, I had that hanging up yesterday by a belt, and it was just the belt was like that, and this was just hanging up, and I thought that would look lovely on a display with knives on the side of it. Definitely going to do more of these. Richard found a really brilliant thing with that. Oh, and Aaron as well, London. Thank you for giving me the steel info on those as well. I haven't replied yet. I was getting behind on some of my comments. I appreciate you yeah, letting me know that. I have read it. Dumble Sabu said the sword scabbard looks nice. Ace with the brass accent. Yeah, I nearly didn't do them, and I thought I think I'd look just a little bit better with a bit of brass on it. I was really happy with that. I didn't film it, sadly, though. I don't know. Yes, was it yesterday or the day before I'd done it, and I just sort of in a weird sort of. I went in the shed and I took the camera out, and I thought, well, nah, fuck, I'm just gonna make it. Because the problem with filming, I enjoy filming and I like doing the videos. It does slow you down though. When you have to keep stopping every time you do a bit, it probably adds a good hour and or more onto your working. Sometimes I don't stop till 10 o'clock lately. But in all honesty, I enjoy it because I wouldn't do it till 10 if I didn't like it. Lewis, right, mate? Good to see you on. Said your newest blade is serious looking piece. Thank you. Yeah, well, you would have seen it anyway. You've been on for a minute, haven't you? Yeah. I need to just clean the blade up. I was just saying there's a little bit of glue on it from when I was gluing this up. Yeah, really fucking happy with that. Thank you, and I'm glad you look like it as well. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. I'm definitely making more of them. James said, bloke was chucking everything in a skip. There was a co-op bag for life. I looked in it and my eyes lit up. Bloke said I can take them. Oh, that's fucking excellent. Yeah, I love things like that. I haven't found anything good like that for years and years and years. But it's brilliant when you do. Video Bay said, use the skill I've learnt today when I get home, making a few knives and try to get better each time. Take a look, Mike. I think it's good for the first forged knife. All right, I'll have a look now, mate. I didn't realise you'd already sent a picture. Oh, that's fucking excellent. And yeah, that's really nice. And you can see straight away that's it's a sax, or however you'd say it. Very nice. I would show you a lot, but I can't it won't show it. Tactical said, looks fuck all like a weed slasher now. You'd never guess. Thank you. Yeah, cheers, Aaron, as well, Londonian. I appreciate that. Sparrow, he said, where the fuck have you been, mate? Well, last week I was down the woods getting drunk. 3 days after that, I had for 3 days after that I had a hangover. Alex said, surprisingly, I enjoy sanding blades. Sanding blades is definitely not my favourite thing. Yeah, the sort of long, boring jobs get a bit fucking sort of monotonous to me. But yeah, I enjoy these things, and they're all part of the process, aren't they? Doug said, did you hear about Ronnie, that Ronnie McNutt guy? No, I never heard anything about that. No, what was that for? Oh, what was it? Killed himself. Yeah, no, I don't. No, that's the first. I'll look that up. That's the first I've heard of that. Richard said, Mike, you've seen Hero, Jet Li, the lead role. The sword the woman has, another sword you could do, I reckon. I actually, is that the one where is Jet Li like an assassin in it or something, or is that something else? I'll check that out though. But yeah, there's quite a few nice sort of straight swords you could do with these weed slashes, isn't there? Reaper said, I dropped a machete blade First on my bare foot. It felt good. That's actually. Oh, it's not that one then. It's not the assassin one. The thing is, he's been in loads of films, hasn't he, anyway? Video mate said, cheers, Mike. Oh, stop going on about that. No, feel free to keep going on about it, mate. You've done a really nice job on that. And as you say, considering that's your first go as well, I'll try and show everyone in a minute. That's your first time forging things, isn't it? Where's my phone? I'll try and this never shows up though, but I could turn the. I'll see if I turn the brightness down, because you never know. But yeah, this is. Well, you can say if you want, Peach. Peach went and did like a forging day today. Oh, maybe it is then London. Maybe I'm just getting mixed up with it. Who knows? And he said he does fight assassins in the movie though. Alex Saint says sanding weapons makes you realise how much work you put into a knife. That's what makes them special in a weird way. That's a very good point. That is a very good point. Jumble Cell Boo said, Mike, do you remember the YouTuber had his cram bit seized by customs? Is there any update on this appeal? I can't find his video anymore. Ah, fucking hell. Who was that? Let me, if I can remember who it was. Was it one of the Tims? Timbo or Tim? Was it one of them two? No. I know who it was now. I'll ask him if you want. Riggs, I know I don't always reply to emails, but email me that and then I'll have a look. Yes, I've not seen his channel uploading the videos for a while. I can't remember off the top of my head what it is, but if I looked it up, if I look in my subscriptions list, I'll remember. Jamie said you should put pictures of your homemade knives on your website, but you'll get loads of orders. I'll definitely do that eventually. Last time I was forged something, it was a week's detention. Like I say. Right, I'm going to turn let's turn the brightness down a bit and see what this says. Well, you can actually see it. Right, let me turn it up a little bit then. I knew that'd do that. It was fucking tons, you didn't want it to. That was Peter's first ever forged blade, wasn't it? Not wrong there, am I? Yeah, Riggs, I do remember that now. I'll ask him, because that would be interesting. I've been getting a lot of people saying to me lately that there was someone saying that they bought samurai swords, legal samurai swords, handmade fucking old ones, I think it was, and they've been stopped and he's going to have to go to court over them, whoever this bloke was. Yeah, mad, isn't it, Riggs? Video Boy said, got it for Christmas, and I've only got around to using the knife forge making experience now. Oh, in Hereford, nice. D2 said, London email, and we got clients paying more than I was getting. Oh, he said to you about work, didn't he? Yeah. Daryl Love said, Mike, I've got a couple of blades I want to send you. One is a cheese knife, the other is a kitchen knife that I found. Oh, sorry, Daryl. You did actually message me about that, didn't you? And I bloody forgot. Yeah. Send me an email about that. Yeah. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. Yeah, sorry, I remember you actually mentioning that in your last email, but it was just after I I can't remember what it was, but yeah. I did read it though. Alex saying, does anyone know any affordable knives in general messing around with? Don't know, you can get a lot of nice cheap knives, really. I'd say just have a look about on the go onto websites, pick lowest to highest. The Ganzos was really good for the price, and you could get a lot of Ganzos copies of really expensive knives. Yeah, Outdoor Sports said that's a damn amazing first attempt. It is, isn't it? It's really good. Oh, and more on those. Gas Goblin said Anglo Arms about 20 quid each. Alex Brown, you right, mate? Londonium said, "Oh yeah, you just have to file your own self-assessment tax return each year." Yeah, I've never, I don't earn enough to have to do anything like that. I suppose I'm technically self-employed, but unless you earn a certain amount, you don't have to do a lot of the stuff, do you? Does anybody want? Yeah, saying about Patreon, my Patreon's dropped down a little bit recently. If you want to support me on Patreon, you can do it from £1 a month. £1 a month. That's 4p a day. I think we worked it out, something like that. You get your name on here as a bit of a shout out, and you will be one of the people who contributes to me being able to make things like this, because I don't actually have my job is YouTube, but I've been completely demonetized, so I don't get any. I've never been paid by YouTube ever. All my money comes from making quivers and selling those, Patreon, and some money from affiliate ads. So yeah, if anyone wanted to help from £1 a month, please do, because it genuinely does help. Yeah, I'm in a weird situation where I'm perfectly able to work, but I mean, I'm sort of. It's not being a carer, but it's not far off of that kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's easier in my household if I don't work. Like normally you'd have your missus stay at home and they do all that stuff. Well, I'm sort of more in that kind of situation. It works out better for me. I can do YouTube, I can work in the shed all day, but then I do the other shit. But it does mean, and I also don't sign on. I've never ever had benefits. I should do really, but yeah. So if you want to, you don't have to. But I've got to mention. If I don't mention it, you'll never know about it. Some people actually do want to do it. Yeah, £1 a month. Jumbo Salbu said, United Cutlery are bringing out the Rambo Heartstopper, the only version backed by Stallone, apparently. Which one's that then? I like the sound of that. Is that from the new one? Dare Love, it was when you sent my quiver. I have a handmade samurai blade in its case in the boot, if it's legal. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, talk to me about that, dear, and I'll yeah. Outdoor Sports said a genuine Rambo replica. That'll be a first. Damien Ross said you need to get a bigger screen in the background. You can hardly see what's on it. Yeah, I suppose it's not covering up some of the guns though. But yeah. But yes, a bigger one would be better. Lamb Mayo, you right, mate? And he said, been a while. Been busy with work. Well, that's a good sign though, isn't it? We'd all rather be busy at work than no work, I suppose, wouldn't we? But yeah. Tactical said you're a house husband, sort of. Yes, house husband, carer, sort of old bollocks like that. Yeah. Londinium said it's messed up that YouTube demonetized you. Yeah, honestly, I've never ever been paid by YouTube ever. So yeah, it's mad, isn't it? I got chucked off of it the day I was supposed to get my first payment. Richard said, tried to look for heavy duty versions of slashers, but all the sites seem to be out of stock. I had a little look, Rich, and all I could find was mostly ones that were saying they was heavy duty, but in all honesty, you couldn't really tell. And Liam said they took away my verified tick as well. Refused to turn me on. That's a shame. Yeah, it's cuntish when they do shit like that. Alex Saint said, I do find it crazy how some people get more in a way than someone working a full job. Yeah, that's mad. Yeah. And I had a cousin who he was on benefits and getting money for his kids. And he said that he wouldn't have minded working, but it's going to sound terrible, but not. He said it wasn't worth him working because he couldn't actually get a job that would pay more than the benefits he was getting for him, his wife, and his sort of 6 kids. So you, in a way, you sort of can't fucking blame people. But I know what you mean, though. It's mad when, yeah, you get people work 5 days a week and they're not even earning as much as people who, you know. Jumbo Sabu said it's the Pol Force Mark 9. Oh, I looked that one up, Riggs. If it's the one I was thinking of. Oh, no, that's not the one I was thinking of. But yeah, I remember you showing me that. Londinium said I need to go put my son to bed. Yep, see you in a bit, mate. Outdoor Sport said opinions, Arnie films or slides. In all honesty, as a youngster, Arnie's. As a youngster, I'd probably only watched 2 Sylvester Stallone films, maybe 3. I'd probably watched everything Arnold Schwarzenegger did up until like the late 90s, and I stopped watching them. John's Life. Good to see you on, John. How are you? Yeah, good to see you on, John. Hope you're well. My coffee's only just warm now. Yeah, well. All right, let me get on to. I'll wait till Londinium comes back on because he may be tempted by these, but I don't know because saying that though, he'd probably make his own, bit like me. I've got a product to show you that will be a full review soon. T2 said, Mike, have you ever been paid off YouTube? It makes me think. Why should I start a channel? Hang on, Mike, have you never been paid off YouTube? And it makes me think, why should I start a channel with my metal detector? Yeah, I've literally never been paid by YouTube and Google. I was on it and they was going to pay me. And then the day before the very first payment, they chucked like 20 different people off saying that we'd all broke their rules. And yeah, and I was demonetized from then. So that would have been about 10 years ago. But I do, partly why I would always still do YouTube. I may not make any money through YouTube, but if it wasn't for these videos, I wouldn't get the free stuff I get sent. I wouldn't have Patreon. I wouldn't be able to do the affiliate ad links. Yeah, so I do get stuff by using YouTube, basically. Yeah, I use YouTube to my advantage. But, this is my hobby anyway, so I mean, the money don't really count. It's just with a bit of money coming in, though, I can make better videos for you lot. Without any money, I'd have to go back to doing reviews and shit, and making things maybe once a month. Because at the minute I can actually afford to buy stuff to make stuff. So as with this, I bought that brass, and I bought the weed slasher. Now, if I didn't have any income at all builds would have to be completely free, and then they'd be few and far between then. But I did legitimately not deserve, but I did break their rules. I broke their rules unintentionally, not knowing I was doing it, but I was breaking their rules. You're not allowed to ask people to click links, sorry. If you're monetized, you are not allowed to ask people to click the ads. And we was all doing that, not realizing that was, going to get us chucked off. I wouldn't have done it otherwise. So yeah, I did deserve to be thrown off, but you'd think they'd say, here's a warning. And there's no warnings at all. They just chuck, if they'd have warned me and said, can you stop doing that? I would have stopped it and I would have deleted all the old videos that I was doing it on. But they didn't. It was just straight cut off. You can never come back. But yeah, I still get a bit. Oh, and merchandise, actually. Yeah, Tactical saying that. Yeah, merchandise as well. Merchandise gets me a little. It's tiny little. Merchandise is probably like the least one. Well, I don't know saying that. Yeah. But merchandise does help. Each one of these that gets sold, I might get £2 or something because I've made them cheap. I didn't want them. You see some people selling merch and they're selling t-shirts like this for £40, and they're probably making £26 profit on it. Fuck that. Jumbo Sabu says, surely your cousin could have got tax credits to bump up his wages. I'll be honest, Riggs, in all honesty, I've got no idea. And this was about 10 years ago he said it to me. Don said, better. Nearly got 2-2 done. Got another one. That may be in the shooting competition. Nice one. Don said, I don't make much. Need to do more knife stuff. But yeah, all of this, I'll tell you what I have done recently, though. I cashed in some Patreon money and I've sold about 10 quivers recently. So I've just bought 30 broadheads to make 30 broadhead bolts. So that's probably about 90 quid's worth there to sell. And I've got enough to make probably 20 quivers. So that's 200 quid there. You know, obviously I have to buy the stuff for all this stuff. But yeah, now I've got a little bit going. I'm making sure each time a bit goes back in to more materials so that it's more regular and I won't let it go. You know what I mean? I won't let it stop. Because if you stop, you know, you got to spend it to make it, ain't you, sort of thing. But yeah, I just spent about fucking. It wasn't bad. The prices have gone down now. 25 quid for 30 broadhead tips. I've already got 12, so that's 42. Might buy a couple more soon. Sparrow said, Demolition Man, Judge Dredd, classic Stallone flicks. Yeah, as a kid, I was more into Arnie. Outdoor Sports said, the other thing is, that if a new video platform got a lot more popular, Google would just buy it and either keep it separate or merge it with YouTube. There isn't really a better alternative. You're 100% right there. And you know what? At one point, there was one that was getting a bit of footing. Do you remember what one that was? Was it VidZone, possibly? Can't remember. That was getting popular. They fucking bought that out and got rid of it. Bastards. There was one I was doing really good on. There was one called Top Buzz, I think it was called. And I was putting videos on there, and at one point I earned $200 in a month, which was that'd be like 170 quid a month. Yeah, that's fucking proper decent for me for just putting videos on. And then for some reason they changed their demographic and what they wanted on there, and they only wanted like news videos. You know what I mean? Chisenol, you right, mate? He said, any good air guns for self-defense, or are they all useless? I don't know about self-defense, but you can get sort of like a 6 foot-pound break barrel pistol. You know, I don't know how good 6 foot-pound is really. If you want a pistol that's quite powerful, pistol crossbows are probably the way to go. Tactical said, yeah, I watch a mudlarker and he charges 40 quid for a glass. Cut in half. Yeah, it's mad some of the prices people do. James said, Mike, make a custom bayonet. Make me a custom bayonet for my deactivated AK sort of thing. Well, if I can find, if it's the same sort of clip as this, I might be able to. I'd have to work it out. But everybody said, yeah, got to spend money to make money. You have. So yeah, I've literally 2 days ago, I bought the stamps, broadheads, and loads of shit for selling stuff later on. Right, this is what I wanted to advertise to you lot. Now, these were sent to me to review. These are from a place called. It's a you know, it's a. I can't think of the word. It's a single bloke making these basically, and he wanted me to do a review on them. So these are. Well, these are the custom pistol bolts. Right. Good price. You would have to do a little bit of modding on your crossbow. These are for pistol crossbows. These are for the Tomcat 2 and the Horizon Redbacks. They are 23 quid for 6. So that's not a bad price, is it? What's that, like £3.50 or something per bolt, which is a lot cheaper. I can respect his prices on that, because some of these are fucking extortionate. That's a good price. Here's the link to the place if you want to buy them. You will have to do slight modifications on your crossbow though. You have to take off the anti-dry fire, and you either have to take off the front sight, or he supplies you with a little thing here to widen out your front sight. But I'll do a full video on these, and they even get a broad. You can get a little broadhead for them as well. But he's selling them if anyone wants to check them out. As I say, I'll do a proper review soon. I've not used them yet, but they look quite good. That's Simon selling them, yeah. Well, it's just custom pistol bolts. Oh, I got the name right, did I? Nice. Normally I'm terrible with names. Richard said, once that Scorpion billhook is done and sold, the profit is going towards buying those gate parts. Would have finished it now if the water pump hadn't packed up. I don't know what BLY stands for. I thought it may be a spelling mistake. Nadim's okay if you are in the US. I can recommend self-defense items. Just making sure it wasn't in the UK. John said, would a George Patton airbow be legal in the UK? If so, you can shaft them for 1 kilo projectile. I think they probably, in all honesty, John, I don't know at the minute, but I think they probably are legal. It's just the price of it. The problem with George Sprouse stuff, in my opinion, none of it is really affordable. Massively extortionate, I think, personally. Yeah. For what it is. I obviously know he's got to put these things at the price. He's got to get people to make them, but some of the stuff, 350 quid for an old crossbow with a magazine on it. That crossbow he puts those magazines on is worth 30 quid. James said the British Army should replace the SA-8 with crossbows. At least they wouldn't keep jamming. Fuck's sake. Simon, you right, mate? He said, not sure, but high energy laser pen followed by a swift quick kick in the goodies can give you escape and finishing time. Wanted hardware that can make one is cheap. Jumper Sabu said, FX airbows are pricey, but at the moment UK legal. Outdoor Sports said, I remember the site, but not the name. The font was purple and it was started in LA, I think. There's also BitShoot. That's it. Yeah, BitShoot I'm on, but, BitShoot's a bit, yeah. They're full of weirdos and there's an automatic stigma attached. Exactly. Yeah, I'll get you there, totally. Yeah, BitShoot's a bit of a weird one. I am on there as a backup. Partly why I'm on these other channels, I was getting a bit paranoid on here that I was going to get shut down. So I've made backup channels. So if I ever do, I won't go. But yeah. Alex Saint said, Mike, off topic and serious question, are you religious? Not religious in the slightest, no. Grew up, obviously, any English man, as you grow up, you're taught religion in school. You have to sing religious songs. But by about the age of 10, I started questioning it. And then, since then, but I can respect other people's beliefs. You know what I mean? As long as, with everything, religion, or everything, as long as people aren't trying to shove it down your throat constantly, I don't mind what people are doing, as long as they're not hurting people. Do you know what I mean? But no, I'm not. No. I think it's just how you grow up, and none of my family have ever really been particularly religious. Just not a thing in my household, or particularly in my family, as far as I'm aware. Nadim said Evan X AR6 revolver in 2.2, quite powerful. Nadim, you can get some powerful PCP pistols, but a lot of them are single shot. Yeah, you've seen the XS32? That's like 6 foot-pound break barrel. I quite like the look of that one. Tactical said, hope the family well to you too. Daryl Love said he believes in Jesus. Yeah, I know you do, Daryl Love. I know Iron Man does. Slingshot Warrior. Carl does, yeah. But yeah, as I say, I've got nothing against if people do. You know what I mean? It's fine with me. You know what I mean? But no, I think it's just how you grow up, or I don't know what it is. But yeah, in my household, no. London, there's a few break barrels around 5, but around 6. Yeah, there are. I've seen it because I looked into them. Because if I was ever going to get another pistol, Londinium, I'm only now going to get a break barrel as powerful as you can get. I don't think I'll buy any more pistols unless they're break barrel. And yeah, so I'm getting put off by the chat again. And him said you can get near 6-foot pistols in pump actions. My brother's had one. I don't know if it's the one there may be more. There's a pump Crossman, isn't there? Like it's basically this, but longer. The Crossman 2.2, and you pump it sort of 6 times. Yeah, that gets up to sort of 6-foot poundish, don't it? That's why I said, what if they believe in Chuck Norris? So I can believe in Chuck Norris. Londinium said, the Umarex strike point is only about £70. No gas, pump pistol, very strong. My last word on the religion thing, right? I'm not saying I wouldn't want there to be a heaven. Who wouldn't want there to be? It's like the ultimate, that'd be like the greatest thing ever. And I would love there to be. It's just, me personally, nothing's ever made me think there is. But if there was, that'd be fucking amazing. And much more is going to beat that, is there? But yeah, that's my last word on that. Londinium said, I read that. Yeah, Jamie said, do you believe objects can be haunted? I have a huge World War I, World War II collection. Lots of personal items that soldiers carried in the war. Same with that. I've never, ever had any experience ever that I would say was definitely paranormal. And I know, and this is the other thing though, people who say they have, I believe that they think they have. You know what I mean? I would never say, yeah, fucking dog bollocks. I believe that you genuinely, have seen something. I haven't. I've never experienced anything like it. You know what I mean? Thank you, dear love. I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but yes, thank you. Yeah, and who wouldn't? You know what I mean? It's like the ultimate thing, isn't it? But I would say, I think if there was a God, most good people would be welcomed up there, wouldn't they? You know what I mean? And I think I've probably outdone my sins now with good things. Yeah, I used to think if there was, I'd be getting hell, but I don't know now. I think I've outdone my sins with good stuff now. Yeah, we won't get, you know what I mean. Don't know, and there's some place you can take them with there, yeah. Just reading the chat because it's frozen for a minute. Has everyone been liking the stream, by the way? T2 said Tactical Pilot wasn't going to mention it. I'll leave that one too. T2, I hope she's right, by the way. Yeah. Yeah. Outdoor sports. I have a few supernatural experience, but I believe ghosts to be more of an energy that are left over after someone passes, especially if they are strong feeling of love. Yeah, see that sort of makes sense to me. I can get behind that. But as I say, I know people on here who have said they've had absolutely terrifying things happen. and I wouldn't doubt them for a second. Yeah, horrible things. You know what I mean? Nadim said, I killed my son's pet mouse the other day by accident. I feel really bad about that. What happened? I'm trying to remember. Did you put a video on about that, or am I imagining that? Sorry, that was a thumbs up to Mr. Live Era. Bob the Metal Guy. How you doing, Bob? Nice shooting from your missus there the other day. Yes, R.I.P. Mouse. Oh, fuck's sake. I just read that in my head. Yeah, put the mouse in a little hamster ball and my son opened it up and the mouse escapes. I tried to grab it, but my reaction was too fast and I crashed into the floor and killed it. Fuck's sake. I shouldn't laugh. And I don't mean to, you know what I mean? Matt's dog's just had an operation. Really, yeah, proper life-threatening thing. Yeah, may not recover in all honesty. Hopefully she does though, because his dog is probably my favourite fucking dog in the world, apart from the dog we had when we was youngsters. Yeah, I love his dog, Bella. Yeah. Well, it's sort of funny because it's an accident sort of thing. I know you didn't mean to do it, so yeah, it's sort of funny in a morbid way, isn't it? But yeah, it's pure old dog Bella. Where she's quite old, I won't say too much because Malcolm mentioned it on here yet. But yeah, hopefully she's alright. But if not, that's 2020 even fucking shitter, isn't it? Video basically not a test cut in London. Jumbo Sabu, so I was going to make a joke about the poor man, but I don't want to take the mickey. Fuck's sake. Krylon, right, mate? But yeah, saying about the ghosts and God thing, I can respect other people's views totally. Yeah. Thank you, Jerry. Love you. I hope the dog recovers. Bella is generally my favourite dog in the world. Yeah, I can respect other people's views on things and all that, and whether I believe it or not, it don't really matter, does it? I don't think. But I can totally see why people do. Gas mask. I'm just one of those. Sometimes I need a bit of proof. You know what I mean? Or a little bit of evidence. In my opinion, you know what I mean? Gasmar said Jesus turns wine into water. That guy, he's always invited. Fuck's sake. Wolf said, "You right, mate?" He said that scene in League of Gentlemen, where Chinnery, the vet, puts down the wrong dog. Fuck's sake. I liked League of Gentlemen a lot. Yeah, in fact, I love the League of Gentlemen. That used to be quite a thing in this household. We'd always be quoting League of Gentlemen. Me and my dad. I got all their DVDs, their live DVDs. They're fucking. I got some League of Gentlemen books. Zed said to Jumbo Sabu, seeing as he crushed it, I suppose pretty much the definition of a narrow squeak. Fuck's sake. Yeah, fuck's sake, Landon. Yeah, he said down there's going to be mouse puns all night now. Oh, for fuck's sake, what have we started? So, what did you all think of the new? They aren't mine, but yeah, these are for sale. If you want them for your crossbows, as I say, I'll do a proper video soon. T2 said my son freaked out when he saw the white lady in Buggen Lane in Neston down the road from where I live. Yeah, that's what I mean. You've seen some things, haven't you? And I know Tactical has. Yeah, and I don't doubt that for a second, as I say. It's just as I say, me personally, I've never had, and because of the stuff I've done in my life, I have a habit of blaming, the only supernatural thing weird thing I've ever seen, I've always blamed it on very vivid imagination. And for me, very vivid imagination and too much drink and drugs. Bob as well. Bob, when you told that story of what happened in the house, that was fucking horrifying and terrifying. That was horrible, that story. that you not story, you know, it's real, wasn't it? Those events that you went through in the house, that was horrible. But yeah, as I say, because I've never ever experienced it, you know, if I did, it may change my mind. Daryl said, Mike, could you design a knife that can fit onto the shoulder strap of a backpack? Very, very probably yes, I'd say, yeah. Yeah, if you want to send me some images or something, or tell me, yeah, I'll try and get into that. Quite nice, aren't they? You do have to modify your crossbow so slightly, though. Stu said, when you done landscaping, Mike, did you use a steel or husky chainsaws? My dad would only use steel, Stu. He wouldn't use nothing else. In fact, I heard a funny story the other day that they was at work and some bloke came out and gave them a chainsaw. When the bloke wasn't looking, my dad actually chucked it in the bin of the own bloke's, the bloke's fucking house, just slung it in the bin. He wouldn't have nothing but steel. Yeah, everything in our shed. Yeah, he wouldn't have it unless it was steel. Bob said ghosts are very real. Yeah, as I say, that those events you said. Yeah, you'll have to. As I say, you have to link that. Yeah, Simon. Yeah, League of Gentlemen. It's a shit business. You'll find out. Dad said, when are you going to do the shoulder holster for the knives you're on about? Probably very soon, Zed. If I can get hold of some, I might make a nice leather one of them. Now I'm doing the old leather work. Brian said, I've seen a couple of egg on toasts in my life. Oh, ghosts. I said, I think you can make a strap knife very easily. T2 said, a bad encounter is the most terrifying thing you can ever experience. I bet it is, because being, having something happen to you that you can't touch or see, yeah, I can imagine that's fucking horrifying. Wolf said, make silver tip crossbow pistol box, Mike, to deal with ghosts and lycanthropes and wooden ones for the vampires. There you go. I'll buy a silver tip bolt, Mike. Never know. Well, I don't know how much that cost, but yeah, I could definitely do that. James said, did you know that Moses had a motorbike? Because in the Bible it says, the roar of Moses' triumph. Fuck's sake. Zach Attack said, Mike, have you ever watched Watership Down? Scared the shit out of me. I have seen that. Funny thing, was on about that recently. Yeah, bloody Watership Down. What a bloody film. There you go. Londinian makes pure silver blade, so he could probably sort you out broadhead. Outdoor said it's creepy thought. Imagine a large wooden shack in the middle of the endless woods that contains all the things you think you've just caught glimpses of. Yeah, that would be terrifying. Londinium said, I have mastered work hardening fine silver to be very hard. Nice. Now, I've never worked with silver. Is it hard to work with? Oh, it's as hard as mild steel. Not too bad then. Yeah, it's easy. Not too. It should be easy to work with, but yeah, obviously you need to make it hard, as you say. Zed said, I've had a couple of strange things happen. Actually, Zed, yeah, you're one that you told about the weird thing with the people in the room. Yeah, that's fucking weird as fuck. That's when I've seen a glowing red ball come towards me. It's in a cemetery. I didn't stay to find out what it was. Aldean said, not expensive, Mike. I can ship you some pure silver. I have a bunch. Oh, keep it for now, London, but I appreciate that because I don't know if I'd have anything to do with it at the minute. But yeah, if I ever need any, I'll let you know. And I genuinely appreciate that. I have got a little bit of silver, but I've never done anything with it because it was a gift. It came from cutlery lover, in fact. London said, it's lovely to work with. It's way softer than mild steel to begin with, but after work hardening it compresses us. I get you. So yeah, I suppose the more you hit, it becomes harder. Nice. My dream in the old days was to make a solid silver knuckle duster, but yeah, again, that's out the window. So I get it. Yeah, every time you hammer it gets hard. I can actually picture that happening. Compressing it down. Dare loves the spirits use fear to frighten people, but if they know the fear, if they know you have fear. But if you have no fear, they can't do anything to you. Nadim said you can cold forge pure silver, Mike. A cold hammer pure silver bars into razor blades. I remember you saying about the other razor blades. Ah, right. So don't heat it up because it loses all its hardness. Bob said 6 years in a haunted house on my channel. Bob, do you know what that video is called? Because I wouldn't mind linking that. Because I'll actually genuinely never forget watching them bloody videos, because that was horrible. I don't mean that in a bad way, but it was just because I've got a very vivid imagination, right? So when people tell me a story, I can pretty much see and feel everything that someone's telling me. That's why when there's a really weird, disgusting sort of video, I don't want to know because I can picture and fucking see all of that. Oh, there you go. Oh, is that what it's called? Bob. All right. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, here you go. But yeah, I remember watching this, and yeah, it's nearly 20 minutes long. But bloody hell! Did you have some pictures in it as well, or was I just imagining it so much? I was seeing it in my head. Yeah. Funny thing is, the weird thing is, Bob, I can remember that video so much that I can remember now the pictures in my head while you were telling that story. Yeah, I was picturing these corridors and stuff as you were saying it, and I can actually remember that now. Thank you, Bob. Yeah, that link, this link I just put up was Bob's video. Jerry Love said, "Dogs aren't dangerous. Watership It Down was an awesome cartoon. Yeah, brilliant, wasn't it? Brilliant and harrowing." Stu SAK94. He said, "I'm off to bed. I'm up early tomorrow to test out the boat. Yeah, good night, Stu, and good luck, mate. And I hope it goes well. And I hope it's all, I hope it's all, Slingshot Warrior, you right, mate? Good to see you on. I've not watched your two latest videos, but I saw you uploaded some. I'll check that. I don't actually saying that, Aaron. I've watched your silver videos. Well, I've seen, because it's quite an early one of yours, isn't it? Because I've gone through all your videos before at one point. So if I haven't seen it, I've seen you add it on there, if that makes sense. Brian said, "My sister lived in Enfield." Oh, the Enfield, yeah. Kept throwing cutlery around. She called in a priest, but later moved. The street was heavily bombed in World War II. Yes, it's mad the thing that go on. As I was, yeah, London. Yeah, I had a look. I've looked through some of your old videos before, and I either saw they was on there or yeah. Also said our poltergeists are the ones that chuck stuff about. Yes, yeah. You can't see them and they sling stuff about. Diarra Love said Watership Down was a very sad move. Yeah, it was. They was on about that recently on the radio. I don't know why. Sorry, Simon, I missed your comment there. He said, "An old Triumph. Like the Reds had JRB in it. I told folks it stands for Jesus Rides British." Nice. Outdoor Sports said, "Before I forget, speaking of cartoons, I'd recommend everyone try and find Tales from the Far Side by Gary Larson." You know what, Outdoor Sports? That's genuinely one of my favourite cartoons ever. I love Gary Larson's stuff. He originally did little comic strips, didn't he? In was it in like the papers and that? Yeah, Gary Larson's Tale from the Far Side. Yeah, I love that. I think that's brilliant. I've watched that many times. That's a good shout. That is nice one. Yeah, it's really good, isn't it? Yeah, I would recommend that as well. I watched a couple of good films recently. Last night I watched. It's about 6 years old, I think. I loved it. Called The Final Girls horror. Yeah, no, Outdoor Sports. I love Gary Larson's Tales from the Far Side. Yeah, I got it downloaded. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, because it's very original, isn't it? There's nothing like it. And he's got a good sense of humour. Um, yeah, yeah, I'm a big fan of that. I wish there was more of it. In fact, yeah, because there's only and how long? It's about half an hour long, isn't it? Maybe 45 minutes or something, maybe an hour. Um, yeah, yeah. If you can find that, I would recommend it as well. Wolf said, "I like the Lord of the Rings cartoon." That's another one. I've not watched that since I was a kid, and I found that really scary as a child. I, I've been trying to get hold of all of them to watch. I'd like to watch those because I remember thinking they were really good. They'd come on the telly every now and then. Those old Lord of the Rings cartoons. Yeah, and they were scary, man, weren't they? Because when it had the sort of baddie things, I can't remember what they're called now, the fucking ring wraiths, whatever. It was mixed with live action silhouettes, wasn't it? With the horrible black background, red background. Yeah, like red eyes, I think. So I remember. Slingshot said, "How come there are so many English towns with the name Field on it?" Do you know? I don't know, Slingshot. There's a lot of, yeah. Well, old. I suppose it's old boundaries, as Wolf said. Nazgul, that's it, Ron. So yeah, you get a lot of shires, Field. It probably because there's lots of little ones in things. Um, yeah, it was just easier to, yeah, get a lot of shires, and I come from a shire. Mr. Live here said, "You've seen Haunting on Hill House TV series?" No, I've not got around to watching that. Is it good? Yeah, Field Shireton, like say. Oh, now it's Go Ring Race. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, Heath. That's it. Yeah, Heath's as well. Forget about that. Yeah, yeah, Heath's. Yeah, that's surprisingly. I suppose it's like a lot of things in because this is an old country, isn't it? We've been um, people have been living here for hundreds of thousand years, probably. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. But what I mean by that is that for a long time, these 2,000 years or more, 4,000, 6,000 years, we've been having little, proper settlements, not, and actually, it's hard for me to say what I'm trying to get at, but there's been a lot of progression in this country, whereas, some countries, 400 years ago, wouldn't have had hardly any progression. This is an old, well-established country. I don't know if that helps. T2 said, "Tactical pirate, I'm constantly getting footsteps on the stairs, going upstairs. Being told it's a lady who looks over us. Freaks me out, but never had any problems." Yeah, that's very, very freaky. I've not seen wizards, Zed. Yeah, you don't get bergs or vills in this country, Sling. So that's quite an interesting little thing there. Yeah, we have lots of bergs and vills. Um I wonder if bergs and vills is like a French thing or something, or a more of a European thing or something. Vills probably comes from Spanish or something. Do you know what I mean? I don't know that, but Darren Love said, "I was on a prison boat, south coast of England. It was a hospital boat in the Argentinian War, and felt the energy of the ghost of death and suffering." Yeah, it's mad, isn't it, Darren Love? It's fascinating. Captain Bogrel, good to see you on, mate. How's life treating you? So similar to the old Lord of the Rings cartoon, there was one called Ice and Fire. Busty princess kidnapped by an evil wizard and saved by a couple of blokes with axes. I think I may have seen that one. Blondine said, "Did you know if a town or place ends in ton, it means farm?" Oh, nice one. No, I did not know that. Wolf said, "Side is a common." Yes, yeah, Woodside, yeah. Blondine said, "I used to live in a part of London called Acton, and the AC means oak, and ton means farm. That's what Oak Farm. Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, now it's Concrete Jungle, yeah. Wolf said, "Wizards I have on DVD. Same guy did Lord of the Rings." Oh, Ralph, yeah. Bakshi, nice. All right, check that out, definitely. German. Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. Outdoor Sports said Berg as a word is from Germanic languages. That's what I was trying to get at. That yeah, Pentonville. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, they sound like they're not English. Like as we were saying, Shire and that, and but yeah, Bergenville sound non-English to me. Dan, good to see you on, mate. I said I love you, chunk. Yeah, how you guys? Gasmar said Berg has origins in the Proto-Germanic word bergas, which means elevation. Nice. Yeah, I get that. Alex Dillard's, you right, mate? London said Lowell, Pentonville, not far from where I live, about 30 minutes away. It made me laugh when Pentonville came up. Is that still a young offenders? It was a young offenders one. Yeah, it still is, isn't it? Ronald said, well, as a guy from Denmark, I think it's no coincidence that UK is one of our vacation spots. That's all right, Ron. Yeah, nice. Yeah, good. Captain Bograw said, I've been well. Cheers, Mike. Wouldn't think bakers would be busy during COVID, but we've been very busy, even selling mince pies now. For fuck's sake. God help me. Loved your recent knives. Haven't seen your sword yet. Do you want to see it now? Or do you want to save it for the video? But it's got a scabbard now. I'll wait for your answer. But I made a scabbard, but I didn't do a video of it. Yeah. I didn't do the bloody I just wanted, for some reason, I just wanted to go out there and do the scabbard. So, yeah. So there's the scabbard. It's got a leather belt loop. Nice sort of brass accents on it. I need to clean the blade up, though. It's got a little bit of, what do you call it? Glue on it. Sorry, I was getting distracted. There she is. Might need a name for that soon. I didn't even say Pentonville. No, oh no, I'm thinking of somewhere else. I'm thinking of the other one. What's the other fucking one? Don't matter anyway. It's a Pentonville isn't just a young offenders prison, but it's male adult prison as well. I think I was thinking of, you'll know it. Some of my friends are locked in there right now. Well, do you know what? I may have some relatives in there, but I'm not sure because I don't know where they are now. But I have got a couple who are in, a couple of relatives who are in for a fucking long time. Captain Bogrel, scabbard looked neat. What's the blade from originally? The handle technically be a kind of messer. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's from a weed slasher. Yeah, a weed slasher. Thank you, Slingshot. He said, fine craftsmanship, right? Ronald said, one thing I need to know. What is the thing that everyone buying toilet paper is the first thing in the pandemic? I don't know. It's very bizarre, though, isn't it? Yeah. Got to get your bug rolling. Slingshot said, we Americans are a mix of various European DNA. To have a mix of cultures. That might be the reason why. I think you're right. I think definitely right. That'd be it. That'd be it. Oh, you're off, Peach. Good night, mate. Gasmar said village. Another loan word from French used for settlement that was larger than a hamlet but smaller than a town. Ah, there you go. Berg is German, I believe, for borough. Nice one, Zed. Yeah, I think that came up. No, was it? I don't know. And then said we got a few prisons in London, Brixton Prison, Wormwood Scrubs. Feltham is what I was thinking of. Feltham. I knew you'd say it eventually. Is that an adult prison as well? That's both, is it? Pentonville Young Offenders, an adult prison, and Holloway. Yeah, it was Feltham I was thinking of. Tactical said, you've heard it here first, but adult hamster balls, the Zorbs are coming. Fuck's sake. Yeah, but I have got one. I don't know what prison they're in, but he deserves to be in prison. But he done a basically someone was killed over drugs, and there was one person. I won't say too much, but someone stabbed someone to death, and the other people who were there got done for it as well, for the same thing, for being there. And he may or may not have been the one who done it. You know what I mean? But courts nowadays, they don't give a shit. If you're there and you didn't stop it, you're fucking going down as well. And you're getting done for fucking murder. Yeah. Lucas said, Mike, did you delete the last thing? Yes, I did. London says Feltham is London's main youth prison, but it's an adult wing too. Oh, nice one, yeah. I think when I used to get in trouble a lot, before I went to prison for a little bit, they took us to Feltham as like a scare tactic. That was quite weird. We had to go into first thing we did was went into part of the prison and had to speak to the guards, the screws, and that was funny as fuck because it wasn't funny for some people, and it was more funny looking afterwards. But yeah, so we went in and you had to talk to the screws, right? And this is asking you what you would be in for, and he asked this little Asian bloke what he would be in there, and he said something like, and in a bit of a funny way, he's in an attitudey sort of way, and he said something like, "Oh, I'd be in here for drugs, mate." And the fucking screw went mental at him. It was the fucking funniest thing I've ever seen. Deliberately trying to scare us because we're all like 16, 17 years old. You know what I mean? Shouting at his face, that far away, going, "Fuck, don't you fucking call me, mate, you little fuck," Oh, it's fucking hilarious. And then they took us into the prison and we had to hang around with the prisoners in the fucking cell blocks. Fuck, proper weird. But it's to scare you, scare you straight sort of thing. It didn't work though. Then we had to have our fucking dinner with them, our lunch and everything. It pretty much spent the whole day in that fucking young offenders prison with the fucking prisoners to try and shit you up. Very weird experience. But in a way, it just made me know when I went to prison what it'd be like. I'd already seen it all. Where am I? Captain Bogfrel said, I know a town called Norton. Norton means on a hill. Chipping Norton is market on a hill, yeah. Ronald said, Denmark has some cities, one called Lem, in English dick, and Tarn in Tustin. Now, that's weird. Best one we have, simply a place called No. Raul said, isn't Absorb tactical virus armor then? Jazzy, you right, mate? He said, what's your opinion on the third world immigration? I'd be honest with you, mate. I can't really contribute much of I don't really know a lot about it, in all honesty. Some people have to fucking migrate from where they live, don't they? I don't know. I can't really help you there. So, did anyone watch Slow Legatore's latest video about weapons laws? Things maybe or may not get interesting. Yeah, I commented on it. Yeah, because I said to him, "That's good on you, Matt," because it's nice to see. Because I try, I mention these things and I try, but my channel ain't big enough and don't get enough exposure to help out. It helps a little bit, but it needs someone like Matt to talk about these things. Because the problem is, I noticed all of the big gun channels never ever mention knives, swords, all the banned weapons. They don't mention it because they don't care. All they want to talk about is firearms. Whereas Matt will actually talk about swords and knives and having to buy them and sell them. So here would be a lot more for us non-firearms blokes. Not that I've got anything against the other lot, but I've noticed the firearms lot, they just don't even mention it. They when they done that new gun law changes, not one of them mentioned the weapon ban apart from the stuff that was involved with guns. because they don't care. But then why would they? If they ain't got the stuff, they don't care. But see, it would affect Matt because he's got his swords and he's probably got a lot of other things that might come under those things. Yeah, it was nice to see him do that. Dad said, yeah, Londinium, I wonder how his ideas will work out. Not very well, I expect. I'll be honest, I'm the same. I doubt it, just because, as he said, there's not enough people in this country. Is very, like, when it comes down to firearms, there'd be a lot more firearms people than weapons people. When it comes down to the weapons people, we're extremely niche and extremely minority. You know, I doubt we'd even be 1% of the population, in all honesty. Or would admit it anyway. You know, you wouldn't even get 1% of the population trying to do anything about it. You know, sign things, I doubt. I may be wrong about that. Bob said, I've lived in a third world. Now, fucking hell. All I've said, if you want to laugh, let me tell you about Tuesday. I went to my dad's house to help out the maintenance. I needed to put up floorboards and investigate burn marks at the wall. So I used an electric saw to cut a board down. I was met with 2-foot-high spray of water. For fuck's sake. The sheer panic of seeing water spraying up from the floor is something I never forget. Well, I hope you sorted that out, Oliver. Bloody hell. Daniel said, I don't get notifications for this stream, and I checked and the bell was off. The bell's always been on for your channel. That's another thing with... See, this is the problem. YouTube don't share my fucking videos to my subscribers. So I can't even get the fucking word out to my own people who want to watch stuff. Daryl Love said, I was in Pentonville prison for 10 days. Crap hole. Boy, I went to prison boat. The where. Bloody hell, I didn't know. I know you said you did mention about you having you basically locked up something you hadn't even done, wasn't it? Oliver said the sheer... I read that. And I don't think any changes will be implemented. Zed, I'll be honest, sadly, I think you're right. I don't think... Because even a big channel like his, and he'll do, you know, he'll try his hardest, but the government, you're never going to get them to change their mind on weapons, ever. You off, Ronald. Good night, mate. T2's a tactical pirate. It's nice if it's true. White lady of Bugger Lane still freaks me out to this day. Yeah, YouTube is off the scale for sensitive. It is. And they only want to promote channels that make the money. Because, you know, I've got... How many subscribers I've got? 31,000. And I get... I'll be lucky to get 200 views if I don't share my videos on... If I to get 300, 400 views, I have to share them on Facebook and Reddit and Twitter. Outdoor Sports said it would be easier if YouTube told those to deal with these things to clear off and have their platform, doesn't allow all the slow passive aggression. Yeah, exactly. Londinium said, I think the weapons laws will remain. I think so as well. Londinium, I don't think they'll ever go back. They won't roll them back ever. Yeah, weapons, because the problem with the issue with weapons is there's no real use for them, sadly. You can't go hunting with a knuckle duster. do you know what I mean? So sadly, there's no real reason you can ever convince anyone in their eyes. You know, I'm not, you know, I think we should be able to have what we fucking want if you know, within reason. Within reason, obviously. But a lot of those things that they've banned are no more dangerous than any other thing, are they? Screenshot said, if you could go to another dimension where there's no civilization, you could bring all the weapons you want. Would you go? No. Probably not. I don't think so. Because there'd be no one there. Oliver says shadow banning is the worst because you don't even know when you're blocking it. Yeah, exactly. Captain Bogwell said, probably already been spoken about before. Got on... before I got on. But has anyone... Oh, June. Yes. I've never read it, but I know people who have, and they're quite excited. I've never read it. I know Liam has. Weapons and stuff. I loved the David Lynch film, though. This one, the trailer, I watched a little bit of it. I thought it looks terrible to me, I think. But I'll have to watch it properly. It doesn't look terrible. I don't know. The actors look not very likable. I don't know. I watch it properly, but that's the kind of thing I'll be looking forward to a lot. But I bet I'll have to see what the music's like, because David Lynch's was bloody brilliant. No, well, you said no civilization. I thought civilization meant people. Oh, you mean? All right. Well, yeah. No, I probably still wouldn't anyway, because I like technology. Sorry, I thought by technology you meant no. By civilization, I thought you meant no people at all. Right, I'm going to miss a couple of comments. If you want it read out, just put it on again. Outdoor sports. I took my crossbow videos off because I was fed up with including all the warnings that a lot of people don't read. Wouldn't even use any kind of launcher to cause chaos of any sort, but pegging a bit of where is it? Foam. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, sorry, that was me. I took your words wrong there, Slingshot. Yeah, I thought by civilization you meant no people there. yeah, yeah, Z. Yeah, I can't remember what it was, can you? Yeah. Let's get along. There you go. I don't think there were any anti-UK stuff there, was there, anyway? Or any country, but you know, whatever. Captain Boggle, the actors look very young, teen vampire, which put me off, but production value seemed great. Not seen David Lynch film either. I ought to watch it. Well, the David Lynch one is, in my opinion, fucking brilliant, but I think it was quite flawed, Captain Boggle, because he had to miss out quite a lot of the book, which you always have to anyway. And I think, yeah, there was a lot of scope there, but he just couldn't get as much in as he wanted to with the time limit he had, sort of thing. But I think it's excellent. Really, really good actors, loads of really good actors, really good music, brilliant set designs and all that. I genuinely think Dune is probably one of my top 10 favorite films. In my top 5 sci-fis, definitely. But yeah, this new one, it looks a bit teen vamp acting, actors kind of thing, a bit too young. I'll watch the trailer properly and then let you know next time. But first looks, and the one other thing is that they're walking around with these on. So if you want to get yourself some Dune gloves, there you go. £4 off of GearBest. Oh, dear love, I've never heard of that place you were saying. Paul Quinn, you right, mate? He said, I remember you had a bullpup AK for sale a few years ago. I still got it, mate. Still got it. It probably still says on that video I'm selling it. Lucas said, what would it take for you to dance like Freddie Mercury for a good minute? Put £500 on my Patreon, and yeah, I'll do it. Oliver said, I'll give you £500 in my paper. I'll do it for fucking a minute and a half. Oliver said, how do you feel about the prospect of another lockdown? I think there will be, yeah. How do I feel about it? Not a lot I can do, really. Just make sure I'm prepared for it. It doesn't affect me in reality. It hasn't affected me, really. Apart from, obviously, that my dad died this year. Nothing to do with corona, though, from lung cancer. And because of fucking corona, I've not been able to see any of my family, really, because of it, and didn't even have a fucking proper funeral. But other than that, most of the shit's been the same. But yeah, that fucked me off because I've not even been able to talk to any of my relatives about my fucking dad dying. No one. Landim said, "Was there ever a first lockdown? Nobody in London gives a shit." Outdoor sports said, "For a man that drinks coffee like water, David Lynch is definitely a visionary among a growing number of copycats." Yeah, I can totally agree with you there, Outdoor. I'm a big fan of David Lynch as well. Yeah, his stuff's amazing. I wish he'd do another film. I wish he would do another film, and I wish John Carpenter would do another film. Where am I? Zed said, "Stupid question. Have you watched Brotherhood of Dwarf yet?" No, not yet. Oliver said, "Sorry you couldn't see your relatives, mate." But yeah, don't worry about asking that question. I appreciate it. It's nice to be, let out my thoughts. But yeah, it's a shame. You know what I mean? Couldn't even have a proper fucking funeral. I haven't watched Brotherhood of Dwarf yet, Zed, if I already said or not. Sparrow said, "Mike, I bought 2 of those R9 quivers because I'm an idiot." That's all good. I'll sort some out one day. Bob said, "I love John Carpenter." So do I. I'm a very big fan of John Carpenter films. I so badly wish he would make another film. Yeah, he's not made a film. He's doing a lot of music. Paul said, "I remember it cocked. Sorry to hear about your dad. My brother-in-law also passed." Yeah. Well, sorry to hear that as well, mate. Yeah. Yeah. Fucked up year, innit? Yeah. My dad had lung cancer, and he wasn't going to get better from it. But COVID certainly sped things up for him. But in a way, that might have been a slight blessing because it wasn't fucking pleasant. You know what I mean? When you see that shit, you have realizations of what fucking shit can go down. Yeah. Seeing one of the strongest people you've ever known not even be able to stand up, and I've actually had to pick him up to hold him because his legs can't hold him up. It's fucking horrendous. Yeah, sorry, I know I don't mind talking about these things because I wouldn't talk about it if it bothered me. But if it bothers you, anyone say to me. But yeah, but Corona sped it up. As I say, it might have been a sort of blessing in a way because you don't want seeing people suffering in a horrible way, do you? You know what I mean? Thank you, Tax Slave. Yeah, In the Mouth of Man. I am a big fan of John Carpenter films, though, and I would love him to make a new film. Outlaw Sports said, "Sorry to hear that, Mike." Thank you. Yeah, this was April. This happened. Yeah. Yeah, but it was a horrible thing. This whole coronavirus made it a lot worse. Because yeah, even to this day, what's it? April, May, June, July, August, September. 5 months later, I've still not really managed to. I've not been able to speak to any of my family in person really, because of trying to respect other people's things with Corona and that. And you know what I mean? Well. But yeah, They Live, The Thing, Assault on Precinct 13. The Snake Plissken films, Escape from New York, Escape from LA. Yeah. I'd say 90% of John Carpenter's films are excellent. They're all good, but most of them are excellent. I wouldn't say John Carpenter's ever made a crap film. But some are proper amazing. Things that I understand how that feels, Mike. Zed said, "It's been a strange old year indeed. One of my mates died young, suddenly as well. Not because of the virus, though." Yeah, it's been it's been really fucking weird. I think a lot of people won't forget this year. You know what I mean? It's been very bizarre. As I say, my road and So a house 2 doors away, the one next to me, this house, and then skip one, the next one, have all had males die in their house within the last 6 months this year. So yeah, my roads are terrible. Yeah, I don't mind that, Londinium. You can, yeah, get your old ghost stories out. I will do that video where I'm going to get people to tell me the ghost stories. I'm going to read them out, like, on a video, yeah. Dear Love said you will see your father again in heaven. And thank you, dear Love. I love that. Brian said, was Assault on Precinct 13 John Carpenter? Yes, it was. The original one from, like, he's late 70s, early 80s, yeah. Yeah, Assault on Precinct 13, fucking brilliant. King John Unn said, what do you think of anti-mask protesters? I don't know. I don't really think about it. People have their opinions and they solidly believe those opinions. I've never had to wear a mask when I go out, you know, because I don't go out. But if I went out and someone said to me, can you wear a mask? I would. Purely because I can't be asked of arguing with people. Do you know what I mean? That doesn't mean I may or may not want to wear one, but you know what I mean? If someone wants me to wear one, I'll wear one. And I do take one with me. I just never had to because, you know, as I said, I didn't go out. Last time I went out down the woods. But I do think sometimes you got to respect other people. You know what I mean? It's nice to respect other people because, you know, if it is real, I'm not saying it is or it ain't because I don't want this fucking conversation. People do believe it is, and they're scared that they're going to die from it. So yeah. Sparrow said a family member passed in his house a few days ago, but he'd collapsed, caved in his face after falling face first onto the floor. Mother-in-law found him after going round cleaning house. Yeah, that's terrible, Sparrow. Bloody hell. Yeah. Sorry to hear that. Outdoor Sports said, very cheesy, but what about the original Karate Kid trilogy? But everyone's getting scenes from them on their recommendations. The funny thing is, I have had the recommendations. I've definitely seen the first one. I have seen all 3, but not for years. Joseph says, sorry to hear about your dad, mate. Same thing happened to my dad too. Well, thank you, Joseph. Yeah, chin up. Yeah, exactly, mate. Definitely. Yeah. But yeah, it made it very weird this year. And Dean said, this one is from my old co-worker, great guy from East London. He's a plumber. All right, yeah, you go on. I shall read it out. Zacatech said, sorry about your dad. I had cancer myself when I was 18. It was a very dark time in my life. But vids like yours keep me going. Oh, thank you, Zach, and I'm glad you recovered from it because seeing what it can do to you, it's fucking horrendous. Yeah. So I'm glad you recovered from it because it's not a very pleasant thing. Thank you. London said, I'm a one-man anti-mask protest. Try making me wear one. And you'll wear a different kind of mask. Fuck's sake. Singing Shot said, did you ever meet David Icke? I've never met David Icke, but I know who he is. Now Liam said, if they are scared, they can stay home. Well, good point there, yeah. Yeah, I get you. I'm trying to be a sort of devil's advocate here. I'm trying to sort of, you know, I don't, on certain things, I prefer to keep my opinions hidden, and then I don't offend no one then. Do you know what I mean? I'm not out to be, you know, I try to stay neutral. Yeah, stiff upper lip, slingshot, definitely. See, it don't even move when I talk. Look at that. Paul, but you know, I try to, you know, respect most people's views if they're yeah. Paul said that I always used to get David Icke mixed up with Derek Cora. That's it. Bigoted Brainwashing Corporation said, very sorry about your relatives. Thank you. I appreciate that. And they said, all right, my old co-worker, his name was Darren, his missus' parents had a terrifying encounter with some kind of ghost or thing. They were both at home with their dog one night, and then the dog kept barking at the stairs, and they couldn't work out what was happening. Oliver said, just remember, mate, ACAB. Right, I'll carry on with Londonians when he puts the rest on. James said, do you ever think about making a one-off knife in a room for your dad? Yeah, definitely. I'm going to make a nice display case of all his stuff soon. Not all of his stuff, but I'm going to put his old truncheon in there that he had, his Fairbairn Sights fighting knife, some pictures of him as a kid, a teenager. He's got some good pictures of him and my mum, and him stood outside their house, which is next door, with a shotgun. Like Bonnie and Clyde. I'm going to stick that in there. Yeah, I got his old Jaguar because he used to love driving Jags. So I'm going to put he's got the proper big, Jaguar hood ornament in the shed. I'm going to put that in there. All of the things, some of his work cards and stuff, all of the things that are him sort of thing. But yeah, one-off knife would be good as well, Jamie, definitely. Nadim said, then his missus went up the stairs to try and see what the dog was barking at, and her husband opened the front door and got the dog lead to take the dog out. Yeah, that would be a good idea. I like that. He said, yeah, doing any old iron stream where people can send you any old iron. Make loads of products. I would have to get some kind of mailing address for that, though. I'd be too scared to give that many people out my address. Jenny Tales is on. I thought it was Penny Traitor for a second then, but it's not. It's Jenny Tales. He said, do you make homemade weapons? Well, this is homemade. You tell me. Saying said, any chance we'll see an axe product soon? Potentially. I've got to get hold of an axe first, but I need to get a cheap one. Paul Quinn said, are assisted opening knives illegal in the UK? I think so. I've lost my bloody memory on that now, but I think they've changed the definition of a flick knife to include spring-assisted knives. Londonian, with his story, he said, then suddenly her feet went up in the air and something they couldn't see started dragging her down the stairs. The dog went crazy. Then her husband tried to grab her legs, tried to stable her. Then he tried to grab her legs, stable her, and she got thrown down the stairs into him. They both fell to the ground. And she ran away from the house and refused to go back. I wouldn't fucking blame them, in all honesty. That's fucking bizarre. Brian said, what do you think of steampunk weapons? I quite like steampunk stuff. I've never got into it, though. But I know exactly what you mean. Because I'm pretty sure there used to be someone, I think Serene Madness used to do some steampunk stuff. I quite like it. I don't know. It's not really my kind of style. There's too many little bits in it, if that makes sense. But I like the look of that kind of stuff. I may have to get a PO box number, I reckon, dear love. I'll have to, if I can get my Patreon high enough, I could do it. Nandini said, then they went to live with Darren and their daughter, and they were too scared to go back home. He came into work one night and told me when it happened. I think they ended up even selling their house. Yeah, I fucking would as well, in all honesty. Because as I say, I've never had any of those kind of experiences, and I don't want to. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I don't fucking, I wouldn't be able to live in a house like that. This is a fucked up thing. I don't really like talking about it because it sounds fucked to me when I tell you something. My next door neighbours say their house is haunted, right? The house that used to be my nan's house, the house that my nan died in. So they're basically saying that my nan is haunting their fucking house because she's the only person who died in that house. I find that so weird that someone says their house is haunted by my grandmother, my dad's mother. I find that so weird. But they swear blind that you go in there, out there, and the kitchen, you go in the kitchen, and the cupboards will all be open. Shit like that. I find that really weird to say Because how many people can say that someone claims their house is haunted by one of your relatives? Yeah, outdoors. I hope you're not jinxed, right? Well, the thing is, I always tell myself, I can always just convince myself it was my imagination anyway. So, and all the drugs and booze. So, now I think I should be all right. Bob said, London, I had scratches on my body when I lived in that haunted house. London said, Mike, you should ask them if you can check out the house. I'll be honest with you, London, I could probably knock on their door right now. It's my next door neighbour. I could probably knock on the door now and say, oh, can I come in? And I don't like going around there now, though. Not for any reasons like that, but because I grew up in that house till I was 5, lived up the road for 6 months, and then moved into this house, which is next door. So it's too weird because it's not my nan's house anymore. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't mind my neighbours. They're all right. They're the ones, I could shoot in the garden. They wouldn't care. I once saw the daughter and her boyfriend in their back garden shooting air pistols with no backstop. If the person in the garden had been in behind the garden behind, would have been fucking shot. And Dean said, I would love to do something like that. Go and stay in a haunted house or a ghost hunt. Yeah. But yeah, it's very weird having people say that there. Well, that's the only that house was never haunted. Like when I lived there, and the only person I know who ever died in that house was my nan. So they must be saying that my nan is haunting that house because, you know what I mean. I've never been on the dark web. No. Joseph said, would those large folding craft swords with serrated blades fall into the band? No, they should be right, pretty much. Yeah. Ethan Lay, right, mate? Joseph, I read that, didn't I? Paul said, can you bring the AK ball? Sadly, I can't, mate, because live streams now, you can't hold firearms. Yeah. I didn't even say Joseph. Joseph, those are fine. Outdoor Spot said the ultimate challenge: go into a haunted house, position a mirror at vertical angle, and a chair in front of it with a candle to the side. Yeah, I bet you'll see some fucking things then. Yeah. But the problem with that kind of lighting, you sort of see things anyway, don't you? Sort of thing. That's the kind of lighting you do fucking see things, whether it's there or not. Even said, would you review the cold steel throwing shovel? I own myself in this great bit of kit. If I can get hold of one, it's just getting it, mate. That's all. I ain't got a lot of money. Irishman, right, mate? Where you been, Irishman? Where you been at? I'm going to be too scared to go downstairs tonight now. Someone's died in my house, my dad. So that's the thing. If I ever think I did see something, I would just assume it was that. You know what I mean? And I would find that comforting. You know what I mean? I'll stop going on about it kind of thing. Some of my relatives, including my younger brother, watches these videos sometimes. Singshot said, are you ever going to make the metal reinforced quarterstaff? Possibly. King Bradley, right, mate? He said, can't someone explain how the UK regulations on rifles work? Well, I'm genuinely confused. Every time I think I got it, something else seems to contradict it. Well, you'd have to say specifically what ones you mean. Rifles as in, like, firearms, you mean? Can you buy old Spec DX legally? I don't know nowadays. I think it has to be registered. Yeah, then you can. No, I don't know. No, you can't actually. No, you're not allowed to sell them. No, you're not allowed to sell them, can you? I think you have to have them. Technically, you have to have. Yeah, if no one knew, obviously. I think you have to now because I can't sell that. That'd be illegal to sell. I have to have that deactivated to the new spec. Cost me about 120 quid to do. But if I did, that would then suddenly be worth double the price it is now. Yeah, it's illegal to own. I think you can't sell them. I'm not allowed to sell that technically, but I can own it. But to sell it legally, I'd have to get it deactivated to the new spec. Yeah, but yeah, it's perfectly fine to own. Outdoor Sport said the candles flickering and the mirror create an illusion of self-hypnosis. Pretty much. Yeah, I could picture it, and I could imagine. You know, most dark rooms with a weird bit of lighting you can see things in. He's doing fantasy football team, was you, Irishman? I'll stay on for about another 10 minutes. I have got some shit I need to do tonight. Yeah, I've got to clean up. Fucking my niece and nephew have been around today, and you know what kids are like if you let them just play. My front room looks like a fucking tip. So I better yeah, I better clean that out tonight. Irishman said I'm not up to much. My mate is giving me a couple of chef knives tomorrow to make into spears. Oh, that sounds excellent. But yeah, as London was saying, you can pretty much own rifles in any caliber, even 50 cal, if you've sort of got a reason for it. King head down, that'd be annoying the hell out of me with those sorts of laws. Heading to pick up a beautiful number 4 Mark 1, the Enfield tomorrow, really. And it's a real sight. Nice. Daryl, I said, in Greece when I was young, I went to a cemetery with some friends who dared me to walk to the very end of the graveyard, pick up fruit from the tree, proving that I went to the end. I did it no problem. And Dean said, there's lots of shooting ranges that do 50 cal shooting here in London. Oh, nice one. I did not know that. I know you can get them though and all that because you've only got to look in a gun mart, look in the back of a gun mart, and they sell 50 cal, rifles in the UK. Paul Quinn said, it'd be your dad who would be good, mate. No, you can't sell old spec DX, nudge. I have 20. I can't sell on that. Yeah, fucking nightmare, isn't it? Thank you, Slingshot. Yeah, I'll give you another look. He said your new sword looks like an army sword. Nice. Yeah, definitely going to do more of these. Really happy with that. And DM said there's no cal restrictions here in the UK. You can have military grade 50 cal. That's it. He's got a Barrett, but it's a 6mm airsoft. But yeah, you look in the back of a fucking gun mart and they sell 50 cal Barretts. Right, while I'm here, is anyone in the looking for crossbow quivers? Because I've got quite a few to sell if you want them. We're selling these really well lately. Yeah. At least one a week, which is good for me. One of my videos must be sort of not trending, but London said there's only one restriction on 50 cal, and that's that you can't shoot 50 cal at the gun range unless you have an FAC. Oh, nice one. Yeah. But you don't have to have an FAC, which is a firearms certificate, to go to a range and shoot the other calibers. King Bradley said, I wonder if the UK gun restrictions will ever be repealed. If there ever was something that potentially it might be ever so slightly repealed, but I doubt it. I highly, highly doubt it. But I think there's a little bit more of a chance of that getting done than any of the weapons ones. Things said, if you were selling on Amazon, I would buy. I might have to do that. Bob said, I fired M250 cal in the US military, but I've never fired a Barrett. But it kicks like a beast. I bet it does. Joseph V said, great stream. I'll be back. Take care, everyone. I'll be on tomorrow, Joseph, same time as I started tonight. So I started 2 hours ago. So whatever time it was 2 hours ago to you, I'll be on tomorrow night. Yeah, still live, Reaper Dreams. I'm going off in a minute, though. I've got some stuff I need to do tonight. Tactical said, before you go, any ideas on a DIY backstop for pistol crossbows? Perfect thing I found is get a cardboard box, and the perfect size box I find is a big washing powder box. Stuff it with newspaper. That's quite a good one I found for not breaking your bolts and lasting reasonably long. Yeah. And Liam said you can visit as a guest and shoot any rifle caliber without any license. But if you want to shoot 50 cal that runs at 10,000 feet per second, then you need a license to even hold it and shoot it. Yeah, pistols are different. Unless you're in the Isle of Man, you need extended buttstock. Pistols can't shoot in the UK without extended stock, even if they're a class 5 FAC. Tactor, cheers, been using an old sofa cushion, but more like a pin cushion now. That would work. But yeah, that's just one idea. I don't know anything, but I found cardboard boxes stuffed with layered, don't scrunch the newspaper up, just layer it in. As you know what I mean? I found that works pretty good. And they're sort of decent size. They don't tend to break your bolts either or pull your tips off. Yeah, I said, yeah, when they draft people in the Third World War, we'll get guns. As if it's not just a big old bomb that, you know. Who knows? Yeah, Devon, get the tables. Jamie, he said, good night, Mike. See you tomorrow. Yeah, get the tables. And Dean said, yeah, it's the opposite here, King. You have to make your pistol long. Yeah, I'll be on for about 5 more minutes because I've got a couple of things I need to do tonight. Did you know there's a severed hand just there? Yeah, I'll probably make a new display soon because I think this is too nice not to go on display. And some of them Bowie knives. But cheers for joining in the stream, everyone. As I say, I'll still be on till another 3 minutes. But yeah, it's been a good one tonight, and there's been no weird shit really. Yeah. Paul said there is no way weapons laws will revert. No, I agree with you, Paul. They won't. They'll never revert. The government are so backwards here. I used to use a phone book to shoot at. Those are non-existent now. Yeah, yeah. I don't think any will. It's just I thought if any would, there's a smaller chance some gun laws might, because in the government's eyes, at least a gun can be used for something. Whereas, as in general weapons, though, they don't like them because in their mind, a weapon's no good for anything. It's only there to hurt people. So they would never get repealed. But I can't see any. They never give us pistols back and shit. Olive said I've got some very important to do tonight. Get smashed. Yeah, I'm saving that for next week. Right, yeah, great stream tonight. Some great topics. Yeah, it's been good, isn't it? Nice one, Slingshot. I'm going to check out your latest videos after this because I saw you've put some on. Yeah, Zed. Yeah, said the pistol Lee Van Cleef used in dollars would be legal. One of those would be cool. Yes. Yeah, I think it would. Well, I'll tell you what it is, London. It's a revolver with a barrel about that long and a stock on it. So yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's basically a great. It's a normal, like one of these old Western revolvers with a fucking 2.5 foot long barrel and a stock, and he screws the stock on. Yeah, I'm sure it has a long. It may. I think it has a long barrel anyway. But yeah, it has the. Yeah. Hunting, definitely. Hunting, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I believe all those things. Yeah. Hunting, self-defense, military. But yeah, guns, the government could at least say, well, yeah, guns can be used for hunting. Whereas, as I said earlier, you can't really use weapons. So for them, there's no justification for it. They got no real use in their mind. Oh, nice one, Jim. So you was actually on, was you? Yeah. I mentioned you earlier because I did think the conversation was getting very fucking weird. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can read the comments tonight at least. Yeah, good night. Yeah, love you. I'm probably gonna go off in a minute. Yeah, blowpipes banned. Yeah, that always makes me laugh as well. A lot of them are fucking like demented. Why? Uh, I've always been um, convinced it's the word gun because they don't call it blowpipes; they call it blowguns. Sure, they're scared of the word guns. Irishman said, "Yeah, German Brewman Mauser potentially." Yeah, you can get a shotgun license piss easy, really. I'll buy you an M60 on the dark web. I don't want it. Oh, fuck's sake. You hasn't get caught one of them. That'd be a hell of a lot of fucking prison time. What's that, tactical? Oh, blowpipes. I suppose technically it would be, wouldn't it? Yeah, breaking the law. Yeah, it's fucked, isn't it, Paul? Yeah. Fucking yeah, license for air guns. And they'll start banning crossbows soon or making licenses for them, which I hope they don't. But I suppose I'd have to get a license in that case because I ain't giving my air rifles up or my fucking crossbows up. In that case, I'd probably end up getting a shotgun license as well, though, if I got to. You know what I mean? If I've got to have a license, and you know what I mean, I might as well get fucking I'll go and get a shotgun license as well, and have some nice shotguns. No, you're probably right there, London. Yeah, stealth weapons. I never really thought about it that way, but yeah. And it's ninjas. You know, they're shit scared of ninjas. I wouldn't bother getting a firearms license, and I wouldn't get a shotgun license in all honesty. But if I had to get a license for an air gun, I might as well then get a shotgun license. You know what I mean? Because there's no way I'm getting rid of thousands of pounds worth of air guns. Because them cunts will tell you that they'll give you money for it. That's very, very, very difficult to do, you know. And they cunts won't give you the money it's worth. You know, they wouldn't give me 250 quid for my BSA Lightning. They'd probably give you fucking 40 quid for it or something because it's 20 years old. Whereas I paid 200 fucking quid for that, and it's probably worth more than that now. Yeah, 12 gauge shotgun. Yeah, you can, London. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 50 quid for shotgun. That's it. Right, I better go off. I've seen them. I've seen them, Londonium. Yeah. In when I used to get that range right limited, they had these double barrel 410 shotguns in that for like 75 quid, brand new. Brand new. Right, I better go off because I've got some shit to do tonight. Um, I'll see you all tomorrow about 9 o'clock. No, what? Not nine, half nine. I'm starting up slightly later now, but I'll go on later now. Yeah. All right. See you later, everyone. Cheers for watching. Um, yeah, and I hope you enjoyed it, Jim. Watching with the comments on. He normally has to watch them afterwards. See you a lot later, everyone. Good night.